So you know the drill, as always. Skip a couple of minutes forward. I'm just taking the first few minutes to share the stream around, make sure everybody gets in here, especially because it's the Champions League final. Alright boys? So yeah, you'll be at the start of the stream if you skip a couple of minutes forward. At least the proper start, that is. Let's put it up on the Discord. I'm sorry for the background noises as well. Can't do much about them. Hey up, Rigged Gamer, how you doing? Or Call of Gaming. Whatever you like the most. Indeed, you are the first here. Sharing the stream around so everybody can tune in time. So fantastic. Had a shit day. What happened? Come on, tell me the story. We've got time till people join for the final. Ayo Smithy Productions, how you doing? So what we're gonna do at the start of the stream, we're gonna have a look throughout the save. Just a quick look to show you guys what my team is all about. Okay, fair enough. I understand about Call of Gaming. Alright, so first let's start off with the shortlist. So, hang on. No, actually, I'm not gonna spoil anyone. Well, it happens. It happens. At least I can make your day a bit better now. Try not think about your day anymore, mate. It happens. Riccardo Briganti. Now this kid is the Buffon region to start us off. And what a rivalry we've had with him. If you follow my channel, you definitely know that we faced him a few times and how all of them went. Maybe not the last one because this is straight after the last stream, and I don't blame you for not watching it live especially. But we faced Juventus on our way to the final and we ended up winning. So yay! So fortunately we came out on top when it mattered the most. Then Nicolas Rossi, he's the Messi regen. Still as small as Messi. Accurate, just not the weak point in the skill moves. That's why I didn't pick him up. Christian Soria Solis, he is the Iniesta regen. Fantastic on the height and the weak foot in the skill moves department. Maybe the weak foot a bit up, but I'm okay with that. I can play with it. Then Uzlak, he is the Modric regen. Didn't pick him up because of that 1-star weak foot, and he ended up at Man United instead. Tommaso Marson, I'm not sure which regen this is because Buffon's right at the top, but I think it's Marchetti's regen if I'm not mistaken, or maybe the Sanctis. Then Enaldo Diogo Barros de Almeida. This guy is the Dani Alves regen, and he ended up moving to Milan. We thought about picking him up in the final season, didn't materialise unfortunately, and he ended up at AC Milan. Vito de Jong, the same, but he stayed at Amiens all this time, I think. That's where he popped up. He is Schneider's region. I think Schneider moved to France before retiring, I'm pretty sure. Then Brignani, he is Barzagli's region. He moved to Barcelona after we signed one of their players that you'll find out in a second. And yeah, that's about it. What we got here, we got Silva Afonso. I'm not sure which region he is. Looks pretty nice. This goalkeeper is definitely Mandandas. Then Fofana, this guy is the Yaya Toure region. Quality player. Arajuri, Finnish goalkeeper, has potential to be special. Had a similar one playing for Crawley Town and the other save. 83 overall, this kid. Balenciaga, he is Adaritz's region. 5'7" though, that is a shame. Didn't pop up in time, even though he thought about signing him. We bought another Barcelona player as well. We bought two Barcelona players. One was a forward and the other was a defender. Then Boban is Handanovic's region. Quality player, but we have too many good goalkeepers to be messing about even signing one. Lucio Cordoba, former player of ours. We faced him in the Champions League round of 16 and we ended up winning, fortunately. Probably the best round of the lot. Comfortable, comfort wise. Yeah, I just had to update between the streams, so that was good. That's why it took so long to get it started. Then Rodriguez Pereira and Capecua, I don't know where they came from. Andrade da Costa, I think he's Quaresma's region. Moved to Valencia, no, AC Milan, my bad. Venteros, it's Bravo's region. There you go. Mayoral Moya, also been a long time here, just didn't pick him up because of the 1-star weak foot. Dylan Phillips, another former player of ours, just ended up at KRC again instead of in a Champions League winning team, unfortunately. Hopefully that is the case, that we end up winning. Herrera Perez, I think he's Xavi Martinez's region. I'm not so sure if it's based off of him, but I'm fairly certain. Said Selmy, he was a former player of ours. He ended up going to Aston Villa. He was from our youth academy, and we just have too many forwards for him. Pablo Rey Vasquez is the Jordi Alba region. Who is knocking at my door now? Sorry guys, give me a sec. Sorry guys, I'm back. Quick. Wow. Well, where were we? I think we were Magalan. We faced this Travois Teixeira guy in the group stages. It was a hard brick to get through, I'll give him that. Joachim Magalan, another former player of ours with that power header trait, ended up moving to Wolves, and this final season he moved to Augsburg. Alex Aimson, another former player of ours. Magalan came from the academy, Aimson from the free agents list. But contrary to Magalan, Aimson was a disappointment. Unfortunately, just didn't turn out to be. And he had so much promise. He popped up as a 76 or 77 overall centre back at 20 years of age. And in 6 years he's grown up by 6 overalls. 5 or 6 overalls just. Connor Phillips, he is the Seamus Coleman region. Popped up for the Republic of Ireland job. So he's in. Same with Lopez Huesca, he also played in the net, so that duo right there, definitely tough to get through. Kachin, we thought about signing him. Not sure which region he is, but he is quality. I think it's Perlo and he moved to Italy. I'm pretty certain. Then Biabiani, also thought about signing him. What about other former players? Tangigora, shout out for the name, Serge Junior Tangigora. Mantorres, yeah, great player, is the Alexis Sanchez region. Didn't pick him up because he kept on moving out on loan or just transferring to another side or just popping up in the save. So never really had the chance to sign him, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Then Ben McGowan as well, shout out to him, he's been here on my shortlist for ages, but just never ended up picking him up. And I think he's moving to Genova in a on a free at the end of the season. Alright. Tom Evans, there you go. He's moved to Olympique Marseille. Great striker. Here is the Waba region. It is Victor Kosecki. Not as impressive as Muraski though. If it was Muraski, yes, I'd probably pick him up. DuPont, another former player of ours. Trained him up a lot. He managed to get to a 79 overall. Congratulations, mate. And that is about it for the free agents list. For the short list. Okay, are you ready to see this squad? I don't think you are. Let's have a good old squad report. Eugenio Nunez, overall of 94. He is one of the world's best. He is the world's best goalkeeper. Look at them stats. I'm not even going to say anything else about him because you don't need to. You don't need to listen to me. Just watch them stats. Quinn, he just got promoted this year, so not much to talk about. Eleftherios Gallinopoulos, great keeper overall. Ended up moving, but we brought him back because of the love. We got two Greek goalkeepers from the academy. Nunez came from Mexico in the academy as well in the first year, so we had our three main goalkeepers already in our back pocket basically. Then Dennis Wood, he is an exciting prospect. What a player he turned out to be as well. And an American. I think it's the only American in the side apart from Chris Davies, but that wasn't planned. That simply happened. We know he is English inside. Lorcan Duggan, great wing back, picked him up from Barcelona early in the series and he turned out to be a legend. He's the one starting in the Champions League final because of it. Because if it was for anything else, he would be at the bottom of my list basically, just looking at it. This is the wing back that we picked up from Barcelona, Erai Vargas. They knocked us out in last season and we had to pick up Vargas, didn't we? He started against us. Both games he was incredible. And he was one of the lower rated players in the side. We had to steal them from Barcelona. It's Lichtsteiner's region, as I probably already said. Callahan plus 25 million. Julio Palacios came from the academy, has potential to be special, 86 overall. And yeah, shame he couldn't really get to the first team. He was always spot on with his performances, but he never really broke into the first team. I mean, sure, he got his chance here and there, but he was always a rotational player behind Duggan. He got his chance in the lower leagues. Definitely. He got a chance, got more chances than later on in the year, but throughout the rise up the ranks, he was mostly on the bench. And that is because of also this kid, Jake McDonald. He came from Bristol City. Great player to play with. We faced him in the lower leagues. He was fantastic against us. We signed him, end of story. And what a player we ended up with. Exciting prospect. Definitely. Federico Castagnetti. Well, This guy we picked up off the free agents list, and let me tell you, this guy is disgusting. Straight off the bat, he is the next Pennington. That's how comfortable and how I feel, how I rate him as a player. This guy is pretty sensational. And then, of course, the 90 overall Rafael Marlena Neves. He turned 90 this month. So, fantastic. It just says everything about this player and how classy he was coming from the free agents list. Thiago Silva's regen right there. One of the world's best. Aquine came from the youth academy. 83 overall, very competent defender. Could play wing back if needed. Sprint speed's there. The technical stats there. The main ones. Then Klaus, he was the one that we were chasing all the series. He started his career at Saint Etienne. We ended up facing him as well in the Champions League. We know he was quality anyway. I can't remember if he had a good performance. We signed him up eventually. We got our man. Rather, Bowman got his man. 5-star weak for he can play on either side of the defense and he can play in the centre, even though he's a bit short for that. He can definitely play there. Same with Kevin Rupp. We picked him up from the free agents list. He's a showing great potential player. So, very happy for him to made it all the way to the final squad. Jason O'Carroll. Very, very underestimated wing back. 84 overall, says nothing about the quality of this player almost. This guy should be a 90, and I'm not exaggerating, guys. This guy is that good. You played the demo yet? I didn't. I can't even go to the PlayStation Store. It's that so many users trying to get in there. And I'm not even trying to just try and download it. I'm trying to finish the series here first, and then I'll play the demo. 6'1", can play on either side. He played on the right back spot for the first season because we had no right backs, and we had him and Cardenas and another guy. None of these two. Actually, I think I can show you him. Back in the day, it was quality for our defence, but now he just looks like nothing compared to this guy. He started out on the left hand side. O'Carroll started on the right hand side. The guy that I'm about to show you started on the left hand side. Now Andrade was another prospect that we had. Kavanagh we didn't really got to play with. We just promoted him and offloaded him. Tom Singh, one of the heroes from the lower leagues as well. Bobby Bond, great name, that's why he's in the shortlist. Then Ender Callahan, another youth prospect that didn't have the chance. And finally, here is the left back that played with us for the lower leagues. Georgi Terziev, we swapped him for a striker and for a certain unit from Cameroon. And that is Eto's region. That's why he's playing in Turkey. I think he's still playing in the same club throughout all these years. Isn't that amazing? Dimitar 11, another hero from the lower leagues. He lasted a bit longer than the other two, than the others. 71 overall, ended up at Grimsby. I mean, he's not done too bad, but he could have done a bit more with his career. Same with Katiza Savande, the king of volleys, as we called him. Then James Feeney, another youth product that ended up moving. Savande, he was a youth product. Delev and Terziev were both from the free agents list from the start of the save. Then Quinn, another youth prospect. We eventually sold him to Aston Villa. Castaneda as well, Rodolfo Castaneda. Yay, that's me. He has moved over to Levante. So yeah, that's why I don't really play him, even though he's got the name right there. Akil, he's got the skills to pay the bills. 5 stars. Right there. We had him until like the championship and we offloaded him to Blackburn Rovers where he still plays today. Then we had Rossi, we offloaded him to Leeds as well. Romero, we got rid of him early because he was the fourth goalkeeper and he had an absolute shocker of a performance. Rodolfo isn't a rare name, it isn't. It is a very common name. Virgilio Romero, had a nightmare of a career at our club, and we offloaded him shortly after signing him. And he grew to a 77 overall somehow. I did not train him one single bit, didn't boost him one single bit. Still ended up being a half decent keeper for the championship. Billy Phillips, another product from the youth academy. Same with Segura, right there. There's his stats. Then what about the rest? Is there anyone else? Anyone else? There he is, David Harrison, the big lad at the back. For the lower leagues at least. I think we sold him in the first Premier League season that we had. I think we sold him in January. He didn't play. Just wasn't good enough. He grew to be good enough, but he wasn't good enough back in the day. Same with Boyce. Very similar story to Harrison, but this guy came from the youth academy and was with us since day one. Harrison joined us in League One, I believe. Acuna, the same, just didn't got to play with him. Very young prospect, and ended up offloading him. Didn't grow enough, or didn't grow in time, and he popped up late. In the series, so there you go. Brandon Kelly, we had too many wingers, and this guy is nothing compared to our wingers. Diakov, the same with the wing backs, as you've just seen. Next, I think that's it for the former players. Yes, then is the point that I've already talked about. Now, we were in O'Carroll, right? Then we've got Arvidsson here, 81 overall, managed to reach it. He was an exciting prospect, but didn't have really the time to grow. Fantastic wingback. Shame we've got better wingbacks than him, especially O'Carroll. I rate him so highly. Cardenas has potential to be special, but nothing really, especially compared to O'Carroll. He was a bit of a disappointment, but he was still good enough. And he can play in the centre as well. Same with O'Carroll for his height. But he can't play on that right hand side as well. Then Aramir Vasconcelos Araujo. I think this is the Marcelo regen. Fantastic wing back to have. Absolute godly stats. But overall, not better than O'Carroll. Even him, not better than O'Carroll. Andrea Sotomo. 82 overall, picked him up. I think we were in the Premier League or in the Championship. I think we were in the Championship. 6'6" monster. That's all we need to know about him. The rest he is competent at, but what he really excels is in the air. Luke Bohan, the unsung hero, 80 overall, is literally the anchor of the midfield. He is perfect at that role. That's why he will start in the Champions League final. Then Julio Gailano, just a youth product that didn't have enough time, unfortunately. Then Sergio Guidaros, this guy is the Vidal regen, there we go. And he popped up at Liverpool. We ended up picking him up on a free when he turned 23, right at the end of a season. I think it was before last season that he joined. Then Kelvin Shigari, kept him around for that haircut and because he is amazing. Look at that, has potential to be special. Just didn't have enough time, came up too late in the series to be a starter. But I kept him around because of that haircut and because of his overall being so high. Sad Sassy's got the 5-star skill moves. He is a technically gifted winger. There's not really much to be said about him. He's just competent in everything, especially those 5-star skill moves. Shame is that he's short. He is really short, and he doesn't really like to work for his money. Then Jari Nopper is the Robben regen. That's all you need to know about him. He's also 5'5", but he's a speedster, so it helps his cause. Pardon me, is my voice going? I want hair like Shagari when I'm older. Oh God. Them puns. Lino Maldonado. He is the son of Pastor Maldonado, not really. But he is a speedy motherfucker like Maldonado is in F1. So, yeah, something in common there. and both from Colombia, if I'm not mistaken. Fabio Perez, the scout future star, had some good moments with him, technically gifted winger. Very good, probably the best, the only Portuguese of this side, unfortunately. But I've toned down a bit the scouting there because I don't want to get all Portuguese players. The Kiral Dasadi, the Saudi Arabian superstar, 91 overall. Bit disappointing how he plays, but he is decent, so I kept him around and gave him a chance. And when he reached 90, he felt good enough to be in that starting lineup for the Champions League final. So congratulations, mate, welcome to the side. 91 overall, incredible. Murat Aytak, the man bun, there, right, if you can see it, I don't think you can. Oh, there he is. 50 million plus a youth product. What a signing, what a disappointment he was, unfortunately, in the final season. He wasn't as good as I expected, but he was decent as well. Malvasic we picked up on a free. Not sure which region this guy is. Roberto Jesus Medina Delgado the same, but we didn't pick him up on a free. We picked him up from, I think it was Valencia. No, Real Sociedad. Yeah, I think it was Real Sociedad. And we picked him up for like 15 million. Something around that. Malagon Rubio, the maestro. He is an absolute gem of a CDM. He can also play forward, which is really nice. Very competent in all areas of midfield. He's probably the most complete player we have. He can defend, he can attack. He can do anything, to be honest. Super sub Spaz Alexandrov, the name says everything about this guy. He's going to be on the subs bench, of course, as he normally is throughout his career, but he's coming on. I'm going to see if I'm going to bring him on. I hope I can bring him on, because if there's one player that deserves to be in the Champions League final, it's this guy. His story, we picked him up from the free agents list from the start of the series, and he's been with us all throughout the journey. Fantastic for him. Really, I'm really chuffed to bits with how he's developed. Same has happened with White, but he came from the youth academy. He is our little free kick specialist. So you'd expect him to be good on the ball, just not that quick, so that's why he's not really getting a Champions League final. And because he doesn't feel that great playing wise compared to Super Sub. Morgan Griffiths, this guy is the one that's going to start. He's going to start in the cam role, and that's because of his technical stats, as you can see on screen. He is quick, but there are quicker players on the wing that we can play with, and this guy is a technical masterpiece of a player. So, and he's short, which doesn't really matter for any of the positions, but throwing it out right there. Brandon Rose, the golden boy, probably the best player to play with in this save. 5-star skill moves, very quick, stamina there, trained him up in the final season, ended up to be a technical masterpiece himself. So congratulations. Doesn't like to work hard for his money, but he definitely doesn't feel like that in game. So that's good. Then Marco Conti, we picked him up because we faced him when he played for Sevilla. He came from them after we faced them in the Euro League, which I think we eventually won it. And there you go. Sorted. Fantastic player to play with, can play on strike, wing, or even central attacking midfielder, which is his position to start off with. AAA under Asenjo Andres, overall of 86, gone up by 1. Very good player to play with, 5-star skill moves, picked him up because of that, and his 6'3" height, which you normally don't see in the Spaniards, unfortunately. Spanish midfielder especially. Very quick, very good on the ball, very good off the ball. Same with Nunez right here. Eugenio's brother Eliseo is quick. He's good on the ball. He's just simply not good enough to be in the Champions League final squad though. unfortunately. Joel Martin, the long shot machine, this guy is. He'll be on the bench. 92 overall. He has potential to be special, as you'd expect. What a player. My goodness. He feels disgusting. He just doesn't start because of that stamina. That is simple as. Ladislav Rybar, 92 overall. We ended up training him in the final season. And he has grown a lot because we've been training him on his weakness, his headers. And as a forward, that grows up a lot. Grows him up a lot in overall. Look, O'Carroll, another talent that just didn't got the time to play, unfortunately. Then Chris Davis. Oh, look at this. This guy, the American hero, he's right here in the chat. Say hello, mate. Go on, I'll reveal your name right now. 2-star, 3-star. Trained him up in the finishing and he ended up being a 75 overall player. Which I'm happy with. I'll take it. He had no potential. And I didn't have the time to boost him. Now this is the forward that we picked up from Barcelona, rather Barcelona B, because somehow they made it into the first league in Spanish football, even though that is banned in real life. Yeah. This game is that fucked up, unfortunately. 42.5 million. He is Aubameyang's region, as you've probably already noticed. There he is, Cult of Gaming. And he's just said hello. There you go. Pacey as you like. Pace abuse this kid, it's all about that. Ramin Sadegan, the Iranian marksman that we have from the lower leagues, he's kept with us until right now. He has that injury prone trait, but he hasn't got injured in his whole career here, and it's been about 5 years with the club. 5-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, 99 pace. Tough to compete with a striker like that, and even though he's an 82 overall player, definitely feels better than that. Benedict Mpeva, overall of 88, and this guy could have been the guy. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Well, this guy could have been just the perfect specimen of a striker, but he likes to miss some sitters from time to time, and he's really the laughing stock of this club. And we kept him around simply because of that strength. Yeah, and great technical ability, especially on the ball, but finishing wise doesn't feel like it. Just doesn't. I know the stats say otherwise, but it just doesn't. At times especially. At certain times there are chances that he misses that I'm like, how the hell have you missed that? Well, this is the guy that we swapped for Terziev, Eric Ngadoui, the unit, the Cameroonian unit. He is the Eto regen, he is the main man up top for us, 86. We've been training him on his heading accuracy, his volleys and his attack positioning for the final season. I wish I'd noticed this before, because his heading accuracy was really low and he deserved a higher overall than 86 because he feels better than that. Unfortunately, couldn't get more than that, but I'll take it. Maximilian S1, overall of 82. This guy has been with us since day one. Eric Ngadoui joined us in League One from that Trabzonspor, I think, or Sivasspor, whatever Turkish club was. And yeah, fantastic player to play with. 91 pace, 94 dribbling. Amazing. S1 came from the free agents list in League 2. So he played there and had Marcos Andrade, the architect. I forgot to say his nickname. And they racked up the goals. Jesper Persson, the cheat code. He is the Ibra region, reached a 90 overall just in time for the Champions League final. In the final season was about January. 3-star, 3-star. No impressive about that, no impressive about the 5'7", but the work rates are right. Nothing is really stopping him from being a good striker overall. 81 valuation, that is disgusting. Look at those technicals. Just the marking and slide tackle on the reds and the long pass on the orange, which he doesn't really need because he's up top collecting the long passes. So yeah, the rest is green upwards. And one of his worst stats is finishing, which doesn't feel like it. Pacey bastard, another pacey bastard. Then the Ronaldo region, of course he was going to be a pacey bastard, but he's also a goddamn goal machine. He's a poacher. Has potential to be special, not one of the world's best yet, but he's getting there. He's only 21 years old, and he's got the 5-star skill moves, so watch out for him. Callum Wilson is the final one, came from our youth academy, shares the name with Bournemouth's Callum Wilson. I think he's playing at Bournemouth, but this guy plays in the left wing, and he's just great technically and physically wise, and so we've kept him around. He's an exciting prospect. Well, I only picked him up because he was over 6 foot and he had the 5-star skill moves. Because if he has the 1-star weak for other 1-star skill moves, I'm not picking him up. That happened with Messi's region. But now, it's time for the Champions League final. Are we ready for this? Look at this. Colchester against Chelsea. And our road to the final was everything but easy. But now we have the lucky charm in our lovely green away kits. And as I said, Bohan is starting in the Champions League final. Castagnetti, I'm sorry mate, but you have to start on the bench simply because you don't have the history with the club. And I rate that. Ryvar and Eric and Gadwin Gadby have to start, but I will have Person on the bench instead of Mpeba. This is punishment for you missing all them sitters in the lower leagues, mate. Martins Carrizo might not play him in the final. Nah, he's definitely the best winger at the club, apart from Rose and Aldasadi and Griffiths, but Griffiths plays inside, probably better than Griffiths. But playing him inside, maybe not. I'll leave him on the bench. But that is the squad. Tripkis over Gallinopoulos. You know what? Let's give one to Gallinopoulos. Tripkis has been with us for a long time. He can sit out for the Champions League final. Nunez is the captain. Thank God I remember that. Let me get, oh, the roles are sorted, the custom, everything is sorted. Right, here we go. It's time for the Champions League final. 6th of June 2026. Is the day familiar? That is probably where I end most of the saves, to be honest. They all seem to end in this year. On the 6th of the 6th as well. So that's funny. And here we go, Champions League final we go. No, me on the bench instead of Person. Mate, you're on the pitch. You're like, I am the GOAT. Of course you are. Sure thing, Colour Gaming. Here we go, Champions League final time. We are ready. We know how good Chelsea is. We've had our history in the past with them, especially in the FA Cup ties. So this is going to be a thrilling encounter. Even if it doesn't deliver on the pitch, it's definitely going to be very intense. Look at this for passing drill. There is Rybat, stops, manages to find his teammate. This is quality passing right here. There you go, that's enough.
It's been a season-long crusade, fitted in, of course, with the domestic commitments of both these clubs, but how well they've done in the Champions Cup to reach this final. I wonder who will prevail. We'll find out shortly enough. Well, this is a great day for the Champions Cup final. It's contested here. It's got to be played to a finish. And
here we go. Champions League final.
I think it will, Martin. I hope we rise to the occasion in the way that I think the players
Colchester United against Chelsea. CC. Pick a letter. Go on. Go on, guys. Leave your score predictions in the comment section. Or in the chat, rather. Go on. Leave it right there. We beat Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-finals. I really wanted them to be in the final, but we drew them in the semis, and West Ham and Chelsea played each other in the semis as well. Then we faced Juventus in the quarterfinals, and we faced Lyon in the round of 16. So we beat Lyon 6-2, we beat Juventus 6-2, and we beat PSG 5-3.
Yeah, I think it's one
so very funny enough. Chelsea beat Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and West Ham. As you see the lineup on the screen. Very good midfield if you ask me, but I'm really worried about Mbappe up top. And of course Mazonda on the left and Coman on the right. The defense could be a bit of a liability, but they are decent enough, and Courtois in goal is always going to protect them. With Cancelo on the right as well, you need to watch out for him. Now you've already seen our lineup. There it is again, 4-4-2 diamond formation. Colour Gaming says 3-2 to Colchester.
Looking for another win. They played so well last time out. It was an away victory against Watford.
It finished 1-0. It was quite a close run affair. But I think they're capable of following up with another win today.
And the referee
Fernando Navarro, is that the name? Yeah, Federico Ramos Navarro is the referee, so we know who to blame for our loss today, if it does happen. There you go, that's a foul. Probably their foul. I'm not sure about that. I would just let it carry on, to be honest, even though it was tough one to call that.
Well, both teams
Tough one.
are capable of winning this and putting their names in the record books, and it should be the sharpest of contests given the elite
No, that is a shambles.
Well, there's been an awful lot of hype, hasn't there, Martin, in the days leading up to this. I hope it just does itself justice, this match, and we don't get a cautious, cagey game. I don't think we will, though.
Right. Come on. Jason O'Carroll, come on, mate. Well, he's trying to go all the way as well. What I like in my players, all of them can turn up when we need to. The dribbling. Come on, I need someone. Bohan. He hasn't scored. He doesn't score many. I can't remember him scoring before. I definitely know that he scored, but I can't remember the goals that he scored. And probably because he isn't known for it. But I am trying to give him a long shot. Will this be the day that Bohan gets his long shot? Oh, that is a penalty. That is a bad challenge. From a rock at the back. What are you doing, Neves? Oh man, what a start. Killing Mbappe from the spot. It's a save by Nunez. That's what we wanted to see, and Mbappe's made sure to touch that out. Yeah, you're a wannabe hunter, mate. We got the number 29 on it and everything. Here we go. Eric and Gary. It's a bit harsh to not give anything there.
That's a fine challenge, and he's got the ball.
Here we go, Griffiths. There is Ryber. Turns inside. Good turn. He gets rid of his marker because of that. Here he goes. Ryber. All the way. Can he score? Blocked off by Clark Salter. You fat bastard. Get out of the way, mate.
It's good play until they got that challenge in. Mbappe.
There you go. Oh, Klaus, that was not the best of balls. Oh, I'll take it. Bad pass from Chelsea. And again. Proper Sunday League football in the Champions League final. Where have we seen this before? Yes. Well played, Griffiths. Gives it inside. Here is Bohan. He's looking for an opening. Griffiths. Gives it out wide. Jason O'Carroll.
There is some backup for him in this position.
He needs someone. He needs an outlet. Yes. Eric and Gadwin. Gadwin can smash it. It's blocked off. Brandon Rose whips it in. Courtois can't get it. Courtois there. Bohan. Now, we are working this so well. Go on. Oh, Carroll is over the bar. Not been a great first half, boys. Chelsea are holding on, so are we. We just conceded the penalty, and of course Nunez has to save that. It's just in Nunez's blood to save everything that he sees. Yes, Eric and Gadwin. Oh my word, he deserved the Champions League goal there.
Deflected behind for that. Corner played in. Very good distance to the clearance.
Here is Mbappe.
And he's kept the ball.
No, he's not getting past our defence. Not with the pacey and strong bastards that we got at the back. Yes, Eric and Gadwin. Oh, tried to feed in behind. Should have gone for the fancy flick there. It would have gone through. And if it didn't, it would have been a foul. It's a win-win.
2 minutes added on by the referee to really get at the opposition here.
Oh, ball inside. Nah, Mbappe is losing this. Losing his qualities. 0-0 at the break. What a boring first half for a Champions League final. Come on, guys. Well, O'Carroll's off. He is tired. I wanted to bring on Joel Martin just because he is 90 overall. So I'm bringing him on to change the tempo in the midfield. We know about his pace and what he's capable of. No, Al-Dassadi can't get through Jemison. Tackled instantly, but FIFA doesn't allow me to get the ball. Can play a thing or just the bounces. Griffiths. Yes, Ryber. Plays it down the line inside for Al-Dassadi. The crossing is good, but there's no one at the far post. Yes, Joel Martin collects, goes into the byline. It's Ryber with the Champions League goal. He gets his goal. The fan favourite makes his mark in the Champions League final. The chat is about to explode. The fan favourite plows on for the fans. I don't think it's going to end 3-2 anymore. I think it's going to be worse than that for Chelsea, or it's going to stay the 1-0. I've got to bring on Person, don't I? And I've got to keep Griffiths as well. Rybas keeps on. I'll take Al-Dassadi off, and Person goes into the striker role. Here we go. Rose has made his mark with that cross. I think it was Rose. Oh no. Oh, I completely forgot who it was. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh, it was Joel Martin. Oh, fair enough. Rose had a good day in the office. Fair enough. Joel Martin with the assist.
Well here.
Kovacic. Oh yes, the good body feint. But Martin has got that. I've trained him in defence for a situation like this, where he needs to come on and do the defending for us. Here is Person. Go on, Person, the long shot. It's a good save by Courtois. And We are whipping it back post to the main man. Oh, the header isn't that great. I wish he was at the front post, or at least... Oh, hang on. Hang on. We can score here. It's cleared off the line. What has Courtois done right there? He threw it into the... I think it was his teammate's leg, and he was just not looking whatsoever. Yes, person slots it through the centre-backs. Through the defenders, rather, because the other guy's a wing-back, but they've got it cleared eventually. Mazonda. Marlena Neves, well played. We need to keep this tempo. And we need a second. Bohan. So want him to get a goal. Kovacic. Bakayoko. Bakayoko again. Look at Mazonda wide open. Mazonda can make it 1-1 and does. Chelsea are back level. I think that's their first attack. Probably their first shot.
They've got the better of him at last. Not an easy thing to...
Definitely the first shot on target. Oh no, they've had 3 somehow. Oh, because of the penalty, right. Apart from the penalty, they had not. I can't remember another shot apart from the penalty. And the penalty was a bit bullshit, even though it was the correct call. But shouldn't have happened. Was avoidable. It makes it for great storytelling with the save from Nunez, though. I'll take it. Go on. Yay. Duggan. The ball. Fantastic reverse ball to Eric and Gadoui. He's had no space to play with. Chelsea tight on him, to say the least.
It's looking good from their point of view.
Ryber. Eric and Gadoui plays in super sub Alexandro. Getting muscled off the ball by Cancelo. Fair play to the guy. What a wing back. And he's Portuguese as well. Oh Jesus, that is a horrendous foul. Yes, Eric and Gadoui. He can get his Champions League goal. It's a good save by Courtois. We might need extra time. Some extra action before FIFA 18 finally dies.
The attack now.
Come on. Oh, the ball through. It worked out a treat. Duggan gives it inside. Eric and Gadoui hasn't scored, and it's blocked off by the face of Clark Salter. What is going on right here? Good save by Courtois. The bicycle kick. Oh, it's in his arm. It's a penalty. What? Oh, that is bullshit. He blocked off with his arm. His arm shoulder area. That should have been a penalty. But I mean, I don't blame the referee for not seeing it. I probably wouldn't have seen it if it wasn't for the cameras. Oh, good save. That kick upfield, but Mbappe is the only one that can really answer it. Don't know what my defenders were doing jogging back. Literally sleeping on standing. There we go, we need extra time. It's 1-1. The full-time whistle is blown. Let's go to the extra 30 minutes. I wish we had the 4th sub, but not in FIFA. I would have taken off Griffiths. He is about dead in that right wing.
Oh, we're all level after 90 minutes.
Might have to stick Ryber up top to help Eric and Gadoui. Oh, come on. Finally. Bohan, Ryber sends it across. Here is Griffiths. He is about dead. He is literally about dead. No, bad challenge. There is Klaus just about deals with it, but he was offside. Amaru, the captain. Interesting choice. Why not Courtois? We need someone to play it to. Come on. Thank you. Finally someone gets open. Joel Martin. Right back to Joel Martin. There's Eric Ngadwi. The cross then works a 3. Eric Ngadwi unleashes it. And he's probably one of the Champions League final right there. The unit strikes. And that may be the winner right there, as I already said. Great succession of through balls. Rybar, Martin, and Eric Ngadwi with a good move there between the three. Good triangulations, good 1-2s. And Eric Ngadwi, when he's in on goal, 23 yards or closer, that's going in. No matter if the net is open or not. No matter what keeper in net as well. Oh, Rybar, go on. Eric Ngadwi can get another. Here is Eric Ngadwi going to play it across. It is Griffiths. He's absolutely spinning. He has no effort. He literally just gets rid of the ball with that effort. Here's Super Sub. Oh, still Super Sub unlucky there. And that is half time for the extra time period. Sorry for the motorbike. We are off to the second half. That was the commercial going by. Oh, great name that, the left back, can't pronounce it. Mbappe, cross in, Martin's got that. Now Marlena Neves has. Here we go, counter attack. Person can take off. He can break the code right here. The Chelsea defending. Yeah. Okay, Mbappe. Ball through, Coleman. The cross is in. Not really well dealt with, but we eventually got it clear. Nunez throws it out dangerously. Almost lost the possession. Oh wow. Wow, we can't even like contest. Which is great. Nunez, good save. Another brilliant save by Nunez. Chelsea are knocking on the door. They are throwing the kitchen sink at it, and they need to, because they're not going to get their goal otherwise. Here we go, counter attack. Person is one-on-one with the defender, and this is where he excels. Still, Person, oh, the Clark Celta has really come back quickly there. We still got it though. Griffiths lays it in, it's Rybar. Can't get it across to the unit himself, but that might be full time. Come on ref, blow the whistle. Actually, never mind. Let's get another one. Here is Super Sub. Still. Oh, Super Sub has pushed off the ball, but that doesn't matter. We are Champions League winners. Rybar and Eric Ngadwi score the goals for us. Get in. Unfortunately, Person couldn't get his goal. I am sorry. I'm sorry, long live that back. But we got the trophy. I did play him for the second half.
Very successful team. Congratulations to them.
And look at these beautiful scenes. I'll leave you with the celebrations. Nunez, the captain. Eugenio is going to lift the trophy.
The group stages. And here we are at the
Six.
climax of it all.
It's going to be my kid's birthday. It's going to be 6th of 6th, 2026. It's already sealed. And there we go. Nunez lifts the trophy. We are the Champions League winners of 2025-2026. Amazing scenes. Ridiculous. Fireworks going on. This feels so much like a celebration now.
Well, they're going over to...
And there they are, parading the Champions League trophy around the stadium.
In the celebrations as they have been through the season.
Yeah, you do get the feeling with these boys, they are a proper unit.
And the captain was the more important piece of the puzzle with the save of the penalty and the other one-on-one save after in extra time when we were winning. So Nunez is my man of the match, to be honest. He was the best player in this save, but I couldn't really control him. So can't really say he's the best player to play with, not my favourite, even though he's up there. His distribution is awesome. He got a goal. There's a team photo just gone by. And then, just because I like to play with strikers, that's who rescues us back from defeat. But Nunez with a performance of a lifetime. Shame he couldn't keep the clean sheet, but it's Chelsea, it's all good. Eric and Gadwin with the 9.3, and most importantly, man of the match, Joel Martin with the 9.5, Rybar with the 9.2. Griffiths and Klaus had over 8.2 as well. Same with Marlero Neves with an 8.5. Person picked up a 7.8. I think he picked up an assist. No, he didn't. My bad. Joel Martin picked up the 2. Alright, there are two blonde bombshells. So, yeah, very close to each other. Super Sub Alexandrov unfortunately didn't really have the time to do anything. And it wasn't meant to be Rose's night. He produced for us all over this career mode. And now it's time we repay him back. 15 shots, 12 on target. Chelsea only had the 7 and 5 on target, including the penalty. 51 possession for us. We dominated proceedings out here. Corners. They had an injury? They had Bakayoko injured right at the end. Okay. They had more tackles though. And we had a lot better pass accuracy, which is not usual. We had a better shot accuracy, but that's normally what happens. Unless they have the shot on target and they score the goal. But I'm happy for the performance of the players. I'm really happy. Who was the best Chelsea player? Mazonda. Rightfully so. Bakayoko and Coman also had 8.0 or over. Same with Clark Salta with that amazing block. But it should have been a penalty to us, to be honest. It was a handball. But I think I do have them turned off. Anyways, it should have been it would have been a foul. But I'll take it. It's even more clean this way. Alright, that is it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed a lot this series. That is it for this series as well. This is the series finale. I'm going to leave you with the tournament tree. And yeah, until next time, hopefully tomorrow with the demo. I hope you have a good one. And until then, have a good one, rather. And yeah, what a finale to the series. 2-1. Look at that table. Look at that tree. Amazing. It felt even more sweet by losing to Barcelona earlier in the series. So yeah, that is it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'm going to see you all next time. Hopefully tomorrow, as I already said. And I'm going to see you all next time. Have a good one.